Hello, and welcome back to Disco Elysium. So, it's not bedtime yet, so we can't go to bed. But, at the same time, we don't have Kim with us, so we don't really want to do the investigation without him, so we're in a bit of an odd spot. Now, we could, let's think about what we want to be doing here. We could go read some books, I suppose. I think we might go read some books. Because they said that could increase time, as in that could speed time up, and that might get us... I don't know what books get us. Maybe they get us bonuses or something? Yeah, let's go find out. Yeah, we'll head round here. Ooh, what's this? This is... There's something down there. The musty smell of a potato cellar in spring emanates from the air vent. Just checking. We got other things we've unlocked here. So we've got another one there. Okay. The egghead physical instrument is unlocked again. Okay. So there's some stuff we could maybe do here. Maybe. But we're gonna hold off. Right, let's head back into the bookstore. Now we need to find a book on our bird, I think. That's something we could do. Kim didn't seem very interested in that. Yeah, find a heraldic bird. Okay, read up on cockatoos. Okay. It's a mountain of board games. A small mountain of colourful board games. There are numerous types of games for all ages. A lot of shelf space seems to be taken up by the whirl-related merchandise. Storekeep, what board games do you have here? Wonderful board games, sir. The Viticulturist is a classic for sure, or perhaps you'd like the Archipelagos of Unsilindi, a very educational game for those interested in geology. Rao Britta is a fun game of economic competition, but can get quite intense after a while. We have games for the whole family you can play with your children. Who are you going to play board games with? Do you have friends or family? I don't want to think about this. Then don't. Look at me. Who'd want to have children with me? Don't be so hard on yourself, sir. You just need to clean up a bit, and technically friends are a bit like family. She fiddles her pendant. For playing with friends, I'd recommend Suzerainty. It's a civilization building game where you build a civilization, then set off to brutally colonize and repress other civilizations. It will cost 12 real. I don't want that. So what are all these whirl things? Lousy auras there, she shudders. No, role-playing games are popular among those types. You know, those who are into those kind of things. Personally, I don't like it. Not at all. I've heard they turn people into occult enthusiasts. That they have rituals where they try to summon entities, highly immoral stuff. You can still buy them though. She looks at the table, crossing her arms. I'm going to look through the pile of whirl-related items. An endless variety of source books, lore books, and codexes litter the table. The topmost book is entitled Welkin Compendium 2nd Edition. There's also a large, hardbound tome with the intricate cover art, The Hunters of Katuak, Boreal Creature Compendium, and a Pick Your Path adventure gamebook titled Tales of Whirl, Cavern of Velkrag. Books in a board game section? Who wants to read books? Anything that catches my eye? There's a box that says Whirl 3rd Edition Mega Setting Supplements Module. The side panel notes, a fantastic adventure board game, new maps and miniatures. A sticker on it displays 25 real. That price is steep, but then it's a 3rd edition Mega Setting Supplement, so that makes sense. Nonsense for anemic binoclards. Okay, I don't want to buy either of those, but it's good that we went here. What's in the window? Gift books and molten candy. Okay. Man from Hemjal series. This display rack is brimming with worn paperbacks featuring an extremely muscular sword-wielding barbarian on the cover. Nearly all the titles contain the word Hejemdal somewhere. Wow, more Hejemdal. Mountains of it. Heroic quantities of Hejemdal. Roy's puny shirt is nothing compared to the real deal. Let's look through the display of books. Rows and rows of hidden dollarmen blur your vision. You can make out some titles. Man from Hedgemdal and the Mammoth Riders. Man from Hedgemdal returned to Hedgemdal. And the Sophilistic Man from Hedgemdal and the Hedgemdal Man. Good God, how many are there? Maybe 100? Man from Hedgemdal and the Sages at the End of the World. Man from Hedgemdal and the False God. Man from Hedgemdal and the Scorched Earth. Man from Hedgemdal and the Hedgemdal Colonies. Man from Hedgemdal and the Swamp Beasts. Man from Hedgemdal and the Snow Crabs. The Snow Crabs are worse than they sound. Is that all? Not even close. Man from Hedgemdal in Hell. Man from Hedgemdal in the Forest of Slaves. Man from Hedgemdal under the lake. Man from Hedgemdal burning. There's even the Trial of Death, a pasternal combat gamebook set in the world of Hedgemdalerman, and so much more. Do any of these books call out to me with my pain threshold? No. Nothing of interest, only silence and the cosmic background, pain radiation. Okay. Sure. What else have we got in here? Nothing else on the bottom floor. Let's head up. Still haven't found my book, though, that I'm looking for. No sane person would ever put their head into such a machine. What machine? Okay. Sure. Oh, that machine. Okay. Shelf of crime novels. These shelves are overburdened with books from the same series. You see the name Dick Mullen over and over. Oh, we lost our hat. It always comes back and reminds me and just fills me with sadness. A couple spook novels hide amidst all the detective books. Thrilling tales of spycraft and daring do. Storekeep, what's all this crime fiction? Oh, crime, robberies, murders. She lowers her voice. Even sexual crimes. We're fortunate to have Dick Mullen and his stories to sort all that out. You're a police officer, apparently. You should buy all of these. They really do teach a person how to be a proper detective. Let's look through the display of books. Crime fiction is a disgrace, an asinine misrepresentation of the physical attributes and arduous everyday work of actual police officers. These books are greatly overstate the excitement of police work, glossing over how long it takes to actually follow up on leads and eliminate dead ends. What's more, they completely ignore the psychological hardships of year after year coming into contact with people during the worst days of their lives. Not a single mention of all of the stress this work creates upon the officer's family. Detective fiction just doesn't tell the truth at all. Now, would you like a list of the books found on the shelf? Sure thing. You see Dick Mullen on the job, Get Me Mullen, The Stalwart Adventures of Richard P. Mullen, Dick Mullen and the Murder in the Orchard, The Sordid Affair of Dick Mullen, Killing is a Claire, Dick Mullen in the Murder House, The Final Case of Dick Mullen, An Obvious Lie, Dick Mullen in the Clock Tower, The Ordeals of Dick Mullen, Dauntless Dick, Dick Mullen's Funeral Pyre, The Murder of Dick Mullen. Dick Mullen dies? Oh no, it turns out he faked it to solve a case. Ah, alright then. Are there any more? Oh yes, there's also The Dame Who Did It. Farewell, my Mullen. Faking death seems to be a common trope in the Mullen series. The Morbid Tales of Dick Mullen and A Dark Tide Turns. Tragedy Calls for Dick Mullen, another one with fake death. And of course Dick Mullen the murderer. In order to catch a murderer, Dick Mullen must become the murderer. After all this, you still haven't found the answer to the one question that matters. Who is Dick Mullen? Alright, reaction speed, let's go. Your quick eye notices a small caterpillar crawling across the spine of a book. The title reads Dick Mullen and the Mistaken Identity. What do we have here, Mistaken Identity? A worn paperback from Dick Mullen's classic hard-boiled phase. The premise seems to be that Dick Mullen is framed for the murder of his best friend and has just a few days to prove his innocence. Why does it speak to me? Could it be the motifs of unstable identities and shocking betrayals? That's probably right. I'm a complicated guy, full of contradictions. Then this is the book for you. Dick Mullen, The Mistaken Identity is 8 real. Maybe books are too expensive for me. What about this one? From A to Zreek, a guide to the well-behaved cockatoo. A sulfur-crested cockatoo sits on the cover, its beak slightly open. It looks as if the bird is calling out the book title, From A to Zreek, a guide to the well-behaved cockatoo. Let's flip through the pages. Turns out that there are so many different cockatoo species, and they all have behavioral problems. What about this guide to cockatoos, storekeep? It's must-have if you own a cockatoo. I've heard they're quite capricious. We could steal it. Angry storekeeper stare down, which lowers my chance, but let's try it. Let's steal it. Slowly, you move your hand towards the tome of cockatoos. Before you reach the book, you're interrupted. Sir, no touching the merchandise. People like their books pristine, not handled by God knows who. Alright then, I will leave the book there. Next one. A plaque on a shelf reads, Biographies of famous people. You see a large variety of names, none of which ring a bell. Storekeep, anything of note on the shelf? I would say, the woman hums to herself, the greatest innocence, yes, the most certainly. It's an important educational tool, delving into the depths of history, religion, and their relation to the inocentric power. Who or what is an innocence? A very influential historical figure, but surely I don't have to tell you that. She waves her hand as if casting aside the thought. You're a law officer, and law officers have at least some education. The book is also very daring. The author aims to re-examine the universal understandings of the inocentric system, creating a fresh vantage point and a shift in the tired order of things. I thought it was about which of these innocents is the coolest and greatest. Perhaps for a layman, she scoffs, a deep analysis is necessary to peel back the multi-layered meanings. Do her words seem vague and abstract to you? So you recommend it? Certainly, it's prudent for a person to have at least an elementary understanding of history and society. Imagine the chaos we'd be in otherwise. You feel like you should get this one, definitely. It's important somehow. There's something personal inside. Well, I can't afford it. Look through the display of books. Browsing through all the books with all their names makes your head spin. None of these seem important or relevant. It's just vapid egoism. Suddenly, a particularly odd title catches your eye. It reads, High Speed Love, the tragic true love story of Jacob Eyre and Alfie Delatraz by one Cecilia Averbrook. What's this about? High Speed Love chronicles the romance between two of the finest tip-tops tourneys racers in history. One of them is madcap driver Jacob Eyre. His blonde mane graces the cover. Next to Eyre's life story, you can see a slim biography of an Occidental rock star called the Anti-Star. He's famous for shooting morphine into one of his eyeballs and cocaine into the other. Next to that, Revacholian radio personality Guillaume Bevy stands in front of a run-down drug den. He's a permanent fixture on Channel 8, reporting on real-life crime and ruining cops' days. I really must insist you buy one of the books. You're interrupted by the shopkeep. Reading them is not for free. Do still browse, though, but not for too long. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to rush you. You are browsing. Go ahead, take your time. Time is commerce. Alright, well, I'm going to leave that be then. That's the map, right? Yeah, this is the maps. Can I look at the map of Revachol? The north coast of the verdant island is shattered by the delta of a river. It is a river Esperant. Countless bridges put the shards back together, connecting the city blocks to river islands. La Delta, says a great artificial heart in the center, teeming with life forms and construction. To the east, rolling hillsides, Le Jardin, Stella Maris, and the suburbs of Saint Baptiste, swallowed up into the megacity. They sound rich to you. This is Revachol East. And west of the river? Couronne is somewhere to live. Not bad. Then there's Jamrock. It's bad. People shouldn't live there, but they do. Then there's Foulberg. It's almost as bad and much larger. Then Coal City. It's the worst. And Martinez? No, it's so small you can't even see it on the map. No, wait. There it is. North of Jamrock, the strip of coast next to the greater Revachol industrial harbour. It looks downright despondent. It's almost Coal City, to be honest. No. This is somewhere to be. This is all you have. But it's still something. Streets and sodium lights. The sky, the world, you're still alive. The map of Insulin D? This large map displays archipelagos. You see a constellation of small dots on the blue light emptiness of the Insulindic Ocean. The largest in the northeast is Le Calou. You are here. Another far away in the southwest, the Seminese Islands. Isle de Fantôme. What else? Ozon, Laurentide, Face à la Mer, Archipelagos, North Arcade Islands, all just specks of dust on the vastness of the Insulindic. On the edges of the map, the colour fades into a blur of dotted lines, black and white, disintegrating into mathematics. In the northeast, a dust mite stands on the north coast of Calou. In a bookstore. It's you. Can I see cities on the islands? You can, on Calou, Revachol, a single black star. On Ozone, Font de l'Air and Vermandoux. On the archipelagos, Croyant, Moraine, Villers. On Semenine, Old Duvet. And on Laurentide, Diora of the Seven Seas. Lost little pearls of light, tiny fires in the dark. 850 million people live on these little dots, an oceanic world of culture and commerce torn apart by history. Let's look at the edges. The ocean breaks apart into a tangle of cosines and azimuths, all pointing into pale nothingness. Mundi is the north azimuth. Grad is the northeast azimuth. Samara is the east azimuth. Seol is the west azimuth. Iolas, they're called. Connections to other worlds. Words past the Insulindian, unknown to you. You only know you've never been there. You have a little idea of what they are, distant stars, gods, but looking at them makes you feel almost non-existent. Whatever they are, the Asolas are immeasurably large compared to you and very, very far away. Perhaps they are gods, gods of distance and outer dust. Alright, I'm going to leave there. This one? Shelf of paranormal books. This bookstore is not strictly about crime, romance, and the biographies of famous people. There's also a wide range of paranatural literature. Storekeep, what books are these? Sir, please, no browsing in that shelf. She narrows her eyes. That wisdom is not for free. I can't have you end up like opening a police store next door and stealing my customers. Oh no. Let's look through the shelf. Amidst the various books, you find one written by someone named Matthias W. Dundas. It's about wholeness, unity, balance. The point of the book, and many others on the shelf, is to give people medicinal advice in situations where they don't have access to paid health services. How does that work? It serves platitudes, while also telling everyone that traditional medicine, the kind people don't have access to, and which costs more than this book, is garbage, and would only give you cancer anyway, without even curing your cold or anything. Wholeness, unity, balance, on the other hand, can basically take care of anything, though it is important to note, when it's up to your mind to heal yourself, then it's because of your mind that you're ill in the first place. Okay. Does the book say anything else? The book features chapters on topics such as how to find magnesium. It even lists plants you can harvest magnesium from. How to continue drinking if you're an alcoholic who's destroyed his liver, and there's even a chapter on the ancient Ceres tradition of using duck gallbladder preservatives to treat and prevent sexually transmitted diseases. Pre and post factum apply. Nothing worth buying. This is just mundane garbage. What's even paranatural about this? Alright, let's find something truly otherworldly. Failed. Another 72% chance. You sense something ominous emanating from the shelf, but it lacks form and substance, and soon enough you lose track of it. Alright, do we still have a level up, by the way? We do. Oh, interesting. Maybe I should have been leveling up a thought all this time. In fact, maybe that is something I should do. It's not too late to buy another thought slot. Do any of these that I want? This one's free. It does take 7 hours, but it is also free. Same with this one as well. But maybe one of the ones that's harder is going to get you a better result. Like -2 physical instrument sounds fairly bad. But we could maybe do something with it. I'm going to buy one of these. Let's unlock it. Let's do Wasteland of Reality. Let's internalize that. Yeah. I'm happy taking a negative, just because I'm sure it will lead to something good in the end. Although it might just give us more physical stuff, which isn't really where I wanted to build the character, but I've kind of accidentally gone that way. A little bit. I wanted to be an intellectual, but, I mean, I suppose I've got some 7s in here, but I've got a 6 in interfacing down there. I suppose, yeah, I'm still mostly up here. My authority is a straight 0, though, which I love. Right. Well, we didn't really find very much here. Maybe I'll go and ask the person who lives up here whether they know where the next outfit bit is. Whoa, what have we here? It's a bridge. A bridge with loose nails and rot-infested wood that creaks in the wind. A construction code violation, if ever there was one. Whatever, let death come. I'm a Revacholian badass. Okay. Sure. That's fine. So what have we got here? So, can I do this one again? Nope. Okay. Is there anything else over here I could do? Probably. Let's speak to her again.
Hello again, officers. Have you come to admire my mural?
No, I just kind of wanted to know if you had any other clues, but I guess you don't. Oh, what's up there? That's interesting. There's something up here I missed. Oh yeah, there's also this building we couldn't get into before. The curtains shift just a little. Someone is watching from within. Can I speak to this guy? Smoker on the balcony. You see a young man on the balcony immersing a cigarette. His eyes have been following you for a while.
Not looking for any trouble, officer.
He says in a quiet voice. Despite the cold, his shirt hangs unbuttoned on his frame. It's the voice of someone who has something to hide, my liege. No trouble for me. I just want to know what's going on here.
I don't want to be seen talking to the gendarmerie, if that's okay. I just want to finish my cigarette.
Don't let him go. This could be your witness. The balcony has a great view of the whole thing. Actually, the gendarmerie really needs to talk to you.
Is it really that important?
He asks you, adjusting his shirt. Like a nervous cat, he keeps stealing looks at the neighboring windows.
All right, but make it quick. Once I finish this cigarette, I have to run.
Okay. Can you tell me your name? My name? My name is, Martinez. Martin Martinez. Good local name. Let's go with that. I failed the fact that that's a complete lie. It looks like you got a good view of the Whirling's backyard. Can you tell me anything about the hanging? I can tell you that you finally got him down. Thank you. It was quite a disturbing sight, even by Martinez standards. What did you do last Sunday? Oh, he waves lazily with his cigarette. You already asked me that, didn't you? Wait, is someone else investigating the lynching? Did I? No, not you. He gestures idly. Some more muscular types. When was that? Oh, last week. I don't know. Look. He looks around the courtyard again. Snow blankets the old patio chairs and the dead houseplants, and all the neighbouring windows are black. A downy blanket of white to cover up the miserable poverty of the scene. He's deflecting. He's young, with a sharp memory. He hasn't had time to drown it in booze and chemicals. You haven't answered my question. What were you doing last Sunday? He sighs. I had a friend over. What kind of friend? It was my Sunday friend. What's your friend's real name? Did he see something? He didn't reply, gesturing a no with his cigarette. Under the grey sky, snow continues to pile on the neighbouring windowsills. Someone hides behind a curtain. Those windows have eyes, and those eyes are watching, spying on you two. Alright, we'll talk later. No, we won't. He takes one last drag of his cigarette before stubbing it out on the snowy balcony with a dying hiss. Now, if you excuse me, I really need to get going. Alright, I'm going to convince him to stay. Oh no. Another failure. Time to bring out your secret charm. Tears and begging. Show him your emotional side. Throw yourself before his very feet like a dog. Please, don't go. I'll stop drinking. I'll take out the trash. Please, just don't leave me. Trash? The man shakes his head in confusion. Please don't go. I'll even stop smoking inside. Listen, I really have to go. With a flick of his wrist, he sends the extinguished cigarette sailing over the rail. Good luck with the investigation. He walks away. Well, that could have gone better. I like how it just made us sit here and contemplate how bad that went. But what's this? Stone. A stone like any other, lying in a whorl of sleet and mud. Maybe there's something under it. Alright. Oh, there's a key beneath it, rusty from the dirt. Looks like it belonged to the building's front door. Wait, I can get in now? Do I want to investigate a building without Kim? Nah, that sounds risky. Don't really want to go there. We can go into this building now? Alright. Well, let's quick save. Could I always go into this building? This would be brilliant if this whole building gives you, like, a ton of clues and I just completely ignored it. That would be fantastic. Okay. Well, I guess we're going inside. I don't have anywhere else to go. It's like our little adventure without Kim. So, what happened while I was gone? Did you go to bed? No, instead what I decided to do was just investigate this entire building. Eviction notices and missing pets are plastered on top of each other. This will take me upstairs. Ooh, what we got here? Flip up glasses, the auditor. +1 logic, -1 authority. Well, you know, at this point, you gotta think that maybe at this point I should just embrace the lack of authority. These flip-up sunglasses were fashionable in the old, but have long since lost their popularity. Their thin, gold ally wire frames are a reminder of the drug-addled bohemian artists. These days, the glasses are only favoured by organised crime accountants who desire to look cool. Okay. We would lose a visual calculus for a logic. I really like visual calculus, though. Yeah. Okay, but still good. Probably unlocked more logic things for us if we need it. This box is filled with cleaning chemicals, smells of laundry detergent. I'm just going to go this way. Just straight out to the balcony. See what's going on. This will take us back to where we were. And there was definitely stuff to pick up here. Yeah, let's pick up this. Yeah, we'll have that. The breaker box is full of cigarette butts and electronic wires. Just a door, nothing for you right now. What do you mean nothing for me right now? Oh, I can't unlock it. Oh, okay. Someone's growing rosemary, thyme, and a cactus. Door 28, a door to be remembered. The door to apartment number 29. Complete silence, whoever lives in here isn't home. And this one? This is door to apartment number 30. Voices from within singing along to some buoyant dance track. I can't get up there. Okay. Let's head down this way. There's definitely a way to get up there eventually. Oh wait, no, I've already been up there. Alright, yeah. That's fine. That's the warehouse area. Or the docks area. Yeah. Okay, that's fun. Let's have a look in here. An old shoe rack, boots, sneakers, and old slippers. These shoes come in 3 different sizes. Apartment number 12, a loud rumbling snore comes from within. The snoring is scary somehow. You should leave. Can I go into this door? Oh, I can open it. That works for me. Oh, I know what this is. This is we can't go any further until I put a torch out. Yeah. Cool. Oh, magnesium and alcohol? Oh, wow, fantastic. Moss crawled onto these bathroom tiles. Actual moss. Money. Yeah, we'll have that. That went fairly well. I can now go and change this back out for that. Nice. What about along here? What have we got? We got some shoes, which have money in them. Someone has drawn a 5-pointed star on the wall. This isn't just a 5-pointed star, it's an inverted white pentagram cradled in a wreath of antlers, the iconography of communism, in other words. Let's inspect it closer. The star and antlers were developed in the 6th decade of the last century and quickly adopted by Mazov and the communards during the revolution. Even today, half a century later, the star and antlers retains the ability to evoke hope, disappointment, and fear in equal measure. Why is the star upside down? To symbolize the toppling of the old order? Also, some social democrats were already using it. What's with the antlers? The wreath of antlers represents a natural crown. It was about building a society that could exist in accord with the natural world, and at the same time above it. Why white? Because white is the colour of peace. What does it evoke in me? Gone. Gone is the glory. Of hope, only the scribblings of impoverished students remains in dirty hallways. Is that a new thought, or is that... That's not a new thought. Okay. This door has been closed with a padlock. The chalk-drawn number on the board says 11. Examine the padlock. It's a solid lump of metal, but the shackles are deeply corroded. A pair of chain cutters would make short work of it. Better whip out those cutters. You won't get very far otherwise. Tool not in hand. You know what? Knock. Okay. I had to try knocking first. I'm coming in. The shackle snaps like a twig and the lock falls to the floor with a little thud. It should be possible to enter now. Get our bag back out. Okay. A flamboyant poster of a white star, real lithography. Books of critical theory on the monstrosities of capital and such. Photos of revolutionaries posing with guns. Revolutionaries love to pose with their guns. A 9mm bullet and a conceptualization Samarisian lounge jacket. Is that a new jacket for us? A classic white summer jacket, loved both by the Samarisian Communist Party and the accompanying subtropical drug traffickers. It fits you well, regardless of your political ambitions. You only get +1 bonus for that, so I'm not going to go with that one. Right now, anyway. Until we need a conceptualization. And the other one was the 9mm bullet? Which we don't seem to have. Is that a tool? No. Not cloves. Not an item. Just rearrange those. Yeah. I'm sure we picked up a 9mm bullet, did we not? Or maybe that just goes into a 9mm gun. Maybe it's like... Yeah, okay, maybe that just goes into a gun if we happen to have a gun. Bust of Kras Mazov. A plaster cast bust depicts a middle-aged man with impressive sideburns. The name on the plinth reads Kras Mazov. Honestly, he does kind of look like you after all. Well, let's see what we're going to do for... we could say a communard lives in this room. Let's just say a communard lives in this room and have a look around. A poor communard from the looks of it. The room is barely bigger than a closet. Father Mazov, hero of the working class, let's salute. A warm feeling fills you as you look into Mazov's marble eyes. The hallway behind the door is empty. No one else heard your courageous salute. Kras Mazov was a mass murderer. There's nothing cool about keeping his bust on your nightstand. The bust doesn't reply. The hallway behind the door is empty. Nobody heard your words. Oh, I see. It's saying if Kim was here. Kim would have loved this. Oh well. I guess it's time to end the episode. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.